Hello everybody, happy Friday. We are rambling. I got my Sasquatch t-shirt on, rambling with Sasquatch, Alien, and of course, Psychic Duck is driving. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello everybody. All right, so I thought the video that I put up yesterday was so cool about the 3-eye atlas and what is coming at us. However, I did not get to use my sci-fi cards at all. And so I said, shame on me. And Psychic Duck really berated me. Have you ever heard a duck berate a human? It's brutal. You didn't want to be there. So I pulled 3 cards today because there's some crazy news going on. Just a little bit. Dallas shooting, CK shooting, and it feels to me that they're looking at the wrong thing. They're getting both of these things. There's a cover-up with both of them. Oh, and by the way, in case anybody forgets, entertainment only, and because some people are kind of slow, not you all, but the YouTuber analytics, entertainment only, and sometimes that analytic is really slow, so for entertainment only, upside down. There we go. All right, let's get to it. So both of those events, the Dallas event and the Utah event, they're looking in the wrong direction. And I don't think they're looking in the right direction on purpose. I'm not going to get into it, but it's weird. It's weird. The BB guy, that guy, he had to say that he wasn't involved in the Utah incident, 6 times? Yeah, okay, right. I don't believe him. All right, what else? Oh, the Dems got 2 more seats. So will the Epstein files be released? I don't know, little Maga Mike. He's pulling so many shenanigans with the budget and all this. We'll look at him later. I do want to read on that. Trump's polling numbers down bigly. Yet what he says, so his dementia is getting worse and worse and worse, and nobody's talking about it. It's getting huge like his cankles. Okay. That was so mean and cruel, and, well, if the shoe doesn't fit. Okay. Healthcare. Oh, yikes. Big. So we have 2, this is what I found interesting. Okay. I was going to talk about another show, and I'm not going to do that. So, healthcare. We have both sides of the country, the Pacific Northwest and the Northeast Public Health Collaborative. So we have both sides of the countries setting up their own public health advisory commissions, or I don't know. But they're saying, we're going to do things based on science as we know it. So the government can do whatever the hell they want because we can't stop them, but we're going to do what we want because you can't stop us. We are an unstoppable force, if you guys didn't know that. We are. So, yay. So we have the Northeast, which is Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, Sorry. That came from one of my friends who lived in Massachusetts. When I lived in Washington, D.C. for 2 years or something. It was Virginia. I was living in a house, and in the house it was, we were young hippies, not like today, old hippies, and some of these guys were so conservative in the house, yet we all got along. And there were 4 Joes. So we had Joe I, Joe K, Joe P, and Joe... What was the other Joe? Hey, Joe. Where you going with... Never mind. Anyway, and so Joe K was from Massachusetts. And that's what he would call it. Yeah, whatever. That was a squirrel moment. Okay, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, now I can't say it right. Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, state, not the city, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and, okay, New York City. Why? Because it's so dang big. And the West Coast Health Alliance is California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii. And I think there's part of Canada in there, isn't there not? But anyway, I just wanted to share that, not to read on it, but just share on it, because I think that's really important that certain states are standing up. And there were people who were tapping into future time streams that said that the U.S. is going to split. And some people are saying it's a civil war, it's a split. It's the red states versus the blue states. This is a start of it. So because the center of the country needs the coastal states' income from their taxes, I think that is still coming along. That's still going to be there. There's going to be certain money being passed to the center of the country to keep their infrastructures going. But the center, the blue states, and this is maybe another question, the blue states, maybe they'll be looking to the coastal states for advice on how to manage certain aspects. That seems kind of far-fetched. When I think Missouri's going to ask California for advice, we got a ways to go on that. However, 3i Atlas is saying we are getting messages from a higher source that is going to bring the left, the right, the polarization to an understanding. Maybe not together, but to an understanding that we are going to evolve to a better place. Someone was asking me, and I think I'm going to do a reading on my other channel, the non-political channel, about is there a chance that our 3D bodies can ascend without the 3D body dying? And I said, yes, because of walk-in experience that I'm aware of. So I'm going to do a reading on that. I'll put it up on the other channel. I thought that was a fascinating question. What's part of our soul contract? In our soul contract, do we write in there, go, when I'm done, somebody else can have my body? I mean, we do that in life anyway with, hey, if my eyes are still good, if my kidney, liver is still good, cut me up, pass me on, and give it to somebody else. Why not the whole body? I say yes. Okay, moving on. So we got the government shutdown, and we got Hegs bringing in all the generals, and that's what I want to read on. So just kind of short and sweet. Okay. 10 minutes in. What a ramble. It was a good one, though, I think. All right. So I want to use my Sci-Fi deck, and I pulled some cards just to get centered in this, bring in protection, my guides and angels to help protect, say a little prayer for protection. Okay. So with the Sci-Fi deck, with this energy of this 3-eye messaging coming in, whatever that is for us, what is it that we need to hear from the Sci-Fi deck on this energy today? We get the 8 of Cups. This is a normal walking away from sorrow card. We get Justice. And then we get the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to go back and read the little things on them because they're really funny. But the thing that popped out at me before I could even read the little teeny print was, "Welcome to the future." Like, whoa. Can you guys feel this? You know, if I look at an individual piece of news, if I look at one of these crazy ass inflammatory headlines, you would think that we are going to hell in a handbasket. I don't know what that means. I think I said that before, and everybody goes, well, this is what it means, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure I'll get that again because I need it, because I forgot. Hell in a handbasket. What? Can't we go to heaven in a handbasket? It's the rapture. Come on now. So we're going, but we have a new future, a future of justice and walking away from sorrow. Okay, what does this say? Escaping galactic law means a midnight of the soul. Oh, I can't read this. The soul for Captain. Oh, hang on one second. had to get my bigger glasses on. Bigger glasses. Okay. Escaping galactic law means a midnight of the soul for Captain Minerva Lacey. So I guess she is acetaminophen. What's her name? Captain Minerva Lacey. Escaping the galactic law means a midnight of the soul. We kind of feel like we're in the midnight of the soul right now, right? It's like, oh my gosh, what is this country doing? Where are we going? And then we have the planet of swords and scales. That was a pretty basic one. We have justice coming in the future. Not right now, in the future. I was listening to Heather on her podcast, or either Joyce, two of the people that I really, really like listening to a lot. Joyce I read, Heather I watch. And one of them was saying how they are looking forward to the rebuilding from this mess, from this midnight of the soul that we're in, as we disassemble everything. And no, I know, not we, as they disassemble everything, we get to put it back together again. And some of you are going, I hope, welcome to the future, as seen on TV. Oh, and the little thing here that it says, that this is so true, develop your skills. So when we're like looking at the news and focusing on the news and going, oh my God, we're getting in that basket and we're going to go to, I'm going to heaven, you're going to hell, what the hell, oh my gosh. So As we're in this dark night, midnight of the soul, this is a time to develop our skills. What are those skills? Our psychic skills, our tapped in skills. Tap into the land that we live on. I heard that phrase 2 times yesterday, and I went, well, we need to tap in and honor the land that we are on. That will ground us, that will give us something. And then there's also something about tapping into our higher source, which is what 3i Atlas was telling me. All right, I got to get rid of my loop. This is what I used for photography. Oh, okay, sorry. For those of you who remember film and contact sheets, you'd have to look at the little pictures to see which ones you wanted to blow up into prints. Okay, the deck I'm using, I put this deck in a bag, so I've got all these bags now with my decks in, and I'm going, is this a smart move? I like the bags, but I don't know what deck I'm grabbing. Okay, so this is the deck that I'm using along with Sci Fi Tarot. So one of the articles I did see was New Earth Mapping Satellite captures North Dakota farmland and Maine's west coast in detail in a joint U.S.-India mission that tracks the shifts on the land for future forecasting and to help first responders with natural disasters. And the first thing I thought is, that's fake news, because there are no natural disasters. I looked on the website, the FEMA website. There are no natural disasters. Fake news. So I'm like, I thought about that and I go, how come they haven't pulled that? How come they're letting that go? That's just a squirrel question. Okay, so we have a looming government shutdown. Let's just see. I read on this with Lori and Sheila, and what I got with that was that they were going to shut it down, and then it wasn't going to be too long, and too long is, I don't know if that's true. I just want to look at that again. The government shutdown, because little Maga Mike is pulling this BS where he's shutting down Congress and say, go on vacation. So let me back up. The government is going to need to have either a continuing resolution, or they're going to have a government shutdown. They have to fund the government. And Heather Cox Richardson, if you really want to get into this, her video was great on this yesterday. So, but Mike, so in the Congress was supposed to have these 12 appropriation bills. They didn't do it. So they say, well, let's extend it and we'll do it later. They keep doing that. And meanwhile, they give it to the Senate, and the Senate has to do something. So I guess Congress said, hey, let's just extend it, and we're not going to do any work on it. And the Senate now has that, and they can say, yeah, we're going to extend it, or we're not going to extend it. And so there's all these back channel goofy things going on. If the Senate says, hey, let's give you an appropriation bill that says fund health care. Let's not take health care away from the American people, which is what the Democrats are really pushing for. And if the Senate comes up with that fix, appropriation, and it has to go back to Congress, to the House of Representatives. And but they can't because the House of Representatives is on vacation. They left. So little Maga Mike says this or nothing. And so the Democrats were saying, well, let's have a meeting with Trump. And then Trump goes, nah, I don't want to do it. So he tacoed again. Because I think it was set up and then he tacoed. And what else? So the Democrats now, I think Schumer wrote a very strongly worded letter to him again. So Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, well, Hakeem Jeffries is kind of out of it because he's in the House of Representatives. Schumer is saying, hey, you need 8 of us, or 7 of us, to go along with this. So you need the Democrats. You need to work with us. And Trump is going, no. And now, Trump administration, the Office of Budget and Management, the guy who wrote or heavily drafted, influenced Project 2025, he's going, well, we'll just fire everybody. And the Democrats, the last I heard, were saying, what difference does it make? You fired everybody anyway. Except then I heard, I don't know, I'm spinning around in circles. Then I heard that they're trying to, the administration is trying to hire back some of these people that they fired. So they gave them a 7-month paid vacation. And they have spent more money than they've saved in all this stuff that they're trying to do. All this Doge stuff. So let's just look at, the budget real quick. 21 minutes. I'm rambling. 21 minutes before I get to the budget. Will there be a government shutdown? And I'm just going to pull 6 because things are so fluid. You don't really know. I could pull 3, probably be the same thing. Let's pull 6. Will there be a budget shutdown? There's the offer. They're looking at it. 4 cups, not moving, just going, yeah, well, should we do it? I don't know. Is anybody going to be affected? Any Americans going to be affected? Park service, whatever. I'm comfortable here, I don't need to worry. I'm just, our government officials. That was PsychicDuck going, all of those damn government officials. Ooh. It's being challenged, crossed by, enhanced by the King of Cups. Who's the King of Cups? Certainly, I don't get any Republicans bringing balance and calm to this. Maybe that is a question that we may ask because Taco's numbers are way down in the toilet. The only people he's got is his base right now. It's in the 30s. Not low enough, but still, it's in the 30s. Okay, from the last I looked. King of Cups. Normally that's my Joe Biden card, but at the base of the reading, we get the Tower. Big things. Let me drop this down. Wouldn't want you to think that I was cheating or something. Okay, so we have the Tower moment, things just crumbling. That's at the base of this reading. So this could be the Democrats going, come on guys, give us health care for the people. Yeah, let's just look at it. Yeah, there's no big rush. We'll just look at it. Okay, Tower moment. In the past as it relates, is that MAGA? What is it? The Lovers? At the top of the reading. Overshadowing everything. Ooh, magic. Magician. Look over here. And there's so many distractions. Why so many distractions? Mr. Epstein files. We're going to look at that a little bit, I think. I have 4 things highlighted. Well, somebody wants me to look at it. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Putting money into the coffers. Is there going to be a shutdown? What do you think? I mean, this is pretty 2 major arcana cards. And it feels like yes, but then there's going to be some magic happens, and there's going to be a little drop of of coin coming back into the government. So it feels like it is a yes, but not for long. That it's going to be flipped. It's going to be manipulated. Someone's going to shift something. I'm looking at this owl here. Who are you looking at? I'm looking at you, owl. Yeah, wise old owl who sees all. And when I looked at that, I went, Josh Hawley, Missouri. They are, he's one of the guys that says, hey, my people need health care. That's my people too. That's my hillbilly brother. He needs health care. He needs a lot more than that, though. Let me tell you what. He would always say things like that. Tell you what. All right. Oh, come on now. Where's it? Okay, I did mention the Epstein files still haven't been released. So somebody, and I meant to write her name and I forgot. So I think it was Robin. I don't know. She goes, acetaminophen is easy to pronounce. The ending is like minnow fin. And aceta sounds like aceta, like I see the Epstein files haven't been released. I see the Epstein files haven't been released. I'm going to send that to Pumpkinhead so that he can take a look at that. So another thing Maga Mike is doing, because he's not there, so now a couple of tricks that he can play is we've got 2 new members, Democratic members, in the House of Representatives. So those 2 members have said that they will sign the document to say, hey, or the request, release the Epstein files. So there is a procedure that will force Maga Mike's hand, but what Maga Mike can do, and what the Republicans are showing all along, they will manipulate and move things around so that that they won't have to do this. And that's kind of what I got with that last reading. They're going to manipulate things around, although it'll feel like they're doing something with help, because they are dropping some money into the big jar. They're not fully funding, but maybe healthcare? I don't know. So, buckle up. Buckle up. Learn some new skills. So, will the Epstein files, will Maga Mike, will he be able to hide the Epstein files? I keep thinking, is he in the Epstein files? And when I keep looking at that, I keep going, no. I go, he's not. Maybe his son is. Oh, come on, Dan. That I didn't say that. That was PsychicDuck coming up with all these things. Come on now. That wasn't me. Okay. Somebody was saying, commented, I think there's a big change because everywhere I look, I see PsychicDuck's family on people's cars. You are a superstar. You know it. Ooh, 2 of Swords. Two of Swords. We are at a crossroads. Okay, will the Epstein files, will Maga Mike keep the Epstein files from being released? 3 cards. Ooh. 6. Going back to a simpler time, innocence. Got the 2 of Wands there. Which way do we go? It should come out. No. 8 of Swords. Keeping them under wrap. And even if they did come out, you know, they'd be so heavily redacted. You know, let's ask this: is there a copy of the Epstein files in its entirety that is preserved in any other administration? I would say yes, which is naive on my part, I think. But in this administration, isn't Rubio still head of archives? Oh my gosh. I don't think they got another guy. And if they did, it'd probably be Russell Vogt. Whew. Okay. Is there a copy of the unredacted Epstein files in somebody's possession? Unredacted. In anybody's possession. In the government, in Jack Smith, in at the Hague, in England. Is there a copy? 3 cards. Is there a copy? That's a yes card. Oh. Hang on. That's a yes card. Both of them are overseas card, but this is waiting for your ship to come in. Feels like they're overseas. And this is yes, but it's slow moving. I say yeah. I say yes, yes, yes. But not on this soil. Okay. All right, all right. So let's look at something else. What are we looking at? Okay, so let's just look at, will the people wake up to all the BS that Maga Mike is doing? It feels like the MAGA are going, oh yeah, we're owning the libs again, because that's all they want, right? But that percentage is 30%, 37, something like that, which is like, you still can't believe that number. But is the rest of the country, the rest of the 60% of the country, are they seeing the BS of Maga Mike? And let me readjust that number, because whatever the Democrats can see it, but the people who aren't really paying attention to politics, Democrat or Republican, are they starting to see the BS? Now, with the government shutdown, that's going to open some people's eyes to go, what the hell's going on? And if the Office of Budget and Management starts firing people, that's going to open up their eyes. And I go back to Jimmy Kimmel, when people were talking about how he wanted to keep his business, his show, the families that are working on his show, he was worried about all the workers on his show. Yet our government doesn't give a crap about any of the workers in their show. Will that come out? Will that start being felt? let's just look at that. What is the American people? Are they going to see what Maga Mike and this administration, how they're manipulating and not being transparent? Because you know they're not, because they keep saying they are. Nine of Swords. I think they're getting tired of this. They're going, hey, we have power. It's being covered by the Emperor. We have power, but the Emperor is, I say yes. They're, okay, they are, we are, worried. So we have the Nine of Swords being covered by the Emperor, okay? Hey, we the people, we have a say in this. This is not how we want our government to run. We want to have a budget. We want our health care. Me personally, I want my national parks. I don't want to abuse the land anymore. I want to have weather forecasting. I want to have safe air travel, blah, blah, blah. We have the Page of Cups that we're sitting in, that we're marinating in, just going, okay, a new emotional pathway, young. There's something new that's going to be coming here. We have some people coming together in the past, and we had that No Kings March, and there is another one coming up in October. And will it be bigger than the last one? When I just thought of that question a week ago or 10 days ago, I went, it might not be as big, but with all this crap going on, I think it's going to be bigger right now. At the top of the reading is the worry. What are you guys doing? What is this? And then we get a new emotional start. So yeah, I think that they see what Maga Mike is doing and how he's being controlled by this Emperor energy. It's not the people's energy. It's a singular Emperor's energy. Okay, let's keep on moving on. Hegseth. He's, oh God, that guy gives me the creeps. Ugh, they all do. I mean. So, I keep getting bad feelings about his safety. It's so weird. You have all of these incidences, Utah, Dallas, and other places, and the Republicans blame the Democrats for the violence, yet the Democrats are the ones that are trying to have gun laws, common sense gun laws. I can say common sense, and the Republicans will say no gun laws is common sense. You know, states are doing open carry, and I'm like, what do you expect? If people, anyway, I'm like, who really knows about? And I'm off on a tangent, and it's like, so frustrating with me. So, however, I am not liking the fact that Hegseth, the Department of Defense, probably be cut off the air for that, the Department of Defense is kicking out all the women in the military or doing something. He is not, but he is doing something against all the women. It goes, no, we need the warrior mentality. I'm going, you have never met my wife, number one. She'll kick your ass, bud. And she's only 92 pounds. Okay. Sideways squirrel. But there's other people that he is really pissing off. Really pissing off. And they're warriors. Why are you pissing off warriors just because you're trying to be a man? I don't know. That was a whine. I'm whining. Why are you doing this? So I got a bad feeling. That's all I'm saying. I got a bad feeling. A lot of the Department of Justice, too. I mean, everything's just being... For me, sometimes I go, just knock it all down. Knock it all down. Let's start all over. It's already gone. Let's just get over with it. So anyway, Hegs calling in the generals. What's that all about? What is that all about? It's leaving us defenseless, even though he says it's not. And Pumpkinhead was going, oh, I think it's great that world generals are coming over. No, you knucklehead. It's our generals are leaving their positions to come have a secret meeting with a Fox News anchor. I mean, you can do it over a secure signal chat. What's this meeting about? So, a couple of things came to mind. He's firing a bunch of people. Okay, so that is maybe a yes. Maybe it is... he wants to give them all promotions. No, that's not it. He wants to tell them that, we're pulling out of foreign areas to focus on the U.S. So we're pulling away from that. We're going to go into Ukraine. We're going to go into Israel. What's a lot of questions for entertainment only. So let's see if we can get something from the cards. Because I get really upset when I think about any of those things. I'm like, oh. Okay. Huh. Looking at something. Looking at an offer. Okay. Looking at an offer. Judgment. Big stick. Ace of Wands. Things coming pretty fast. Put this down. There we go. King of Swords. Let me show you my big guns. Let me show you how powerful I am. Department of War. Full illumination. The Sun card. This isn't a joyous Sun card. This is like, hey, pay attention. We are showing you the light. And you better be ready for it. I think this Sun card is showing Hegseth the light. I think these generals are going to go, what? Hegseth is going to give them something. Say, here's my idea. And I think those generals are just going to go, what the hell? Bringing in a big stick. I think this this the generals that they're bringing in is going to give some judgment to this guy who thinks he's all that. Going to tell him, you do this, there's going to be consequences. There's going to be a release of something with this judgment card. Wishes fulfilled, 9 of Cups. Moving on, Chariot. Again, Page of Cups. Get some unexpected news, maybe? Ha! And, oh, interesting. And then you get the Knight of Swords. So, who is the king and who is the Knight of Swords? Let me keep going and then I'll lift the camera up. We get the 7 of Coins, reaping what you sow. And we get a celebration. Thank you, thank you, thank you for no big tower moment in here. We do have something fast. We do have a lot of sword energy and bam bam energy. With this though, the question I asked is, who was the king, who was the Knight of Swords? Is it Hegseth? Is he the king just because he has the title and he changes it to make it, to pump him up more? I am head of Department of War. Can't even say it. Or is it the generals who are the king? We know what we're doing. We know how to work. Is Hegseth the knight? I mean, that it would be the other way around in normal. The Department of Defense with his generals. And if that's true, then the generals have their hand on the sword, not ready to wield it, right? But kind of, okay, we're going to give you the sword for a little bit. I don't know, I'm not redo this again, because what I'm getting with this, especially in the external position and this judgment card, somebody's moving. There's going to be some information that comes out that's going to cause a shift in something. Well, and maybe it is the shift in, when I look at this, they're all under one tent. Are they bringing in the resources from the world? Are they bringing in the resources from the world to live under one tent? I'm going to pull a pendulum on this. Okay, may I ask a question, please? And it's given me a circle. Am I accessing my higher source? Am I fully protected? And do I have permission to douse? And it said yes. Is Hegseth going to request? Let me ask a question. Let me get it going. Is Hegseth going to request our military come home? And I'm getting, to a certain degree, yes. Yes, it's not a full yes. It's not a no. So some resources are coming back. May I ask another question? Are the generals going to go along with this? No. May I ask another question? Is something going to happen to the head of the department to force his hand to make him change his mind to? That's a big yes. May I ask another question, if I may? May I ask another question? I'm getting a no. Okay. Because I was going to go to the, someone gonna use one of those things that warriors use on him. And it said, you can't ask that question. So I said, okie dokie pokey. I won't ask it. All right. I think that's all I want to go with today. So let us, what time is it? Okay, 10:10 in the morning on a Friday. So let us, lettuce, sandwiches, food. Let us go back to the Sci Fi Tarot. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Any messages from Sci Fi Tarot? And it says, pull a 6-card spread. Sci Fi Tarot, 6-card spread. And the question is, what do we want to leave with? What's the message that the government seems to be falling apart? What we thought was our safety net seems to be falling apart. It also feels like this is a great chance to rebuild. I keep getting, I'm not that worried. I should be. I'm not that worried. A lot of people are really anxious, just full of anxiety and yelling and screaming. And sometimes I get that way and sometimes I don't. What is the message for when we get so anxiety-ridden? Is that a term? So anxious, so scared, so like wanting to pull the sheets over our head, wanting to say, I've done my soul contract. Walk in, come on, let me leave. Need a walk-in in here. When I think of walk-ins, I know this is political, but when I think of walk-ins, and for those who don't know what that term is, it's when the body is still good and you have a galactic being or another soul contract come in and use your body, which we talked about in the beginning. When I first heard that, I went, oh yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't hesitate. Yeah, okay. I think I had a walk-in a past life. All right. Yeah, I hear you. I'm crazy as a duck. But so, Sci Fi Tarot, what is it that we need to focus on, that we can focus on? What do we need to know? Needs about this crazy time and how we manage it. Now, I go back to that Page of Cups when it says, you know, work on your skills. Work on our manifestation. Speaking of which, I did get a couple of comments about, I'm still doing my 7:30 meditation with you. I am still doing it between 7:30. And somebody said, I watched Pam Gregory with Stefan Burns, and at the end she's doing this meditation thing, and she's got a lot of people, and I tried it, and it was really powerful. And I went, yes, yes, yes. I stole that meditation thing from Pam Gregory because I do that every morning anyway. So I said, let's all get together, who's ever up at 7:30, and do this. My group is a lot smaller than Pam Gregory's group, so I thought I am going to tap into Pam Gregory's group and see how that feels. So I don't know her time exactly, and I'm not, it's I think 11 Mountain Time. I think you have to go back and look at it at the end of Stefan's and her video. But just to see the energy, just to feel that energy. Certainly, when I tap in, I feel the circle energy of us all. So, and I feel like it is waning a little bit, but we need to get it back up there. Focusing on the earth, focusing on peace and love on the earth. And it doesn't have to be in any group. You can do this on your own. Just join a mental circle of people and amplify that of just dropping comfort, peace, abundance to the earth, to the peoples of earth. I keep dropping in intelligence to our leaders because it's clear they don't have any. Okay, what does Sci Fi Tarot want us to know? What does Sci Fi Tarot want us to know when we get anxiety-ridden? Four of Wands. A joyous celebration of homecoming. You could just leave it there. That's good enough. But I'm poking the bear. What else do you want to show us? I'm only doing 3 cards. The Two of Swords. At the edge of the vast sea of space, she is looking inward. Yes. So that goes back to hone your gifts. Hone your gifts. Look at, going back to the first card, look at all those eyeballs. The eyes of the world, of the galaxy, are on you. What do you do? Go inward. And then we get the Seven of Cups. And it says, 7 weird, wild, and wonderful illusions to dazzle and distract your mind. So what is the message when we get all frazzled and anxious and anxiety-ridden? It's because we are looking at the 7 weird, wild, and wonderful illusions to dazzle and distract our mind from going inward and looking out for and seeing the joyous celebration of homecoming. Take me to your leader. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. The joyous celebration of the homecoming. Appreciate you all. Say goodbye, Psychic Duck. Goodbye, everybody. All right, peace and love.